halftime here at Roller Jam Arena. Happy you're with us today. I'm Rory Marcus, and when you look at the scoreboard, really no surprise. The New York Enforcers exerting their dominance over the Texas Rustlers, and they've doubled up on the score, 22-11. I think the Rustlers have been a little bit overmatched in the first half of this game. An 11-point lead at halftime is almost insurmountable. Not completely, but almost for the Texas Rustlers. Well, the Enforcers have the horses. They have all the power in this game. There you see Brian Gallagher. Tim Washington just comes over and grabs it by the back of the neck. Mark D'Amato joins, and they take Gallagher, throw him over the rail. It's almost as though they're saying, hey, you don't belong on the same track as the New York Enforcers. Get out of here. A fan kind of comes over and gets into the act as well, and he winds up on his backside. But the Enforcers, Mark D'Amato, breaks out the eliminator. He puts the skates up right into the belly, and with an assist from Tim Washington, the Enforcers really have it going. And the Rustlers have been badly outskated and overmatched in this game. And, of course, it's reflected on the scoreboard, 22-11. Now, oftentimes, captains of other teams will come and scout the opposition. Sean Atkinson is no exception. The captain of the California Quakes is here. He's in the stands, and Broadway Danny Wolf is with Sean Atkinson.
Okay, I'm here with Sean. Hey, before you even ask me any questions, don't ask me something that's going to agitate me, man.
Well, let me ask you about Tim Washington and Mark D'Amato.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The Quakes are united. See this? Oh, Daddy, look at this girl. We're not going to take any prisoners anymore. I tell you what, the Ack Attack. You know what that stands for? We're going to be on the attack. I am going to kick D'Amato's.
Well, it looks like the New York Enforcers are going to win this game unless the Rustlers have a silky
I want them to win. I want them to win. Kiss your goodbye, D'Amato.
Well, it's nice to see a guy come out and just enjoy the game and relax. Sean Atkinson. I'll tell you, for the Texas Rustlers, one bright spot, and that might be their Texas Rustler cheerleaders.
And 1, 2, get out, kick, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What would a Texas team be without cheerleaders? Roller Jam cameras were there as hundreds of hopefuls showed up to strut their stuff.
I think that it'd be a lot of fun. I like to pump the crowd up.
With choreographer Brandy Lamewood showing them the ropes.
Welcome to the Rustler Cheerleader Audition.
The girls were judged on dance, appearance, and attitude.
I'm fascinated with the idea of Roller Jam, and I'd love to be a part of it and cheer for this great team.
Would love to be a part of something big like this.
When it was all over, the hard decisions were made. 5 Lone Star lasses were chosen to carry on this fine Texas tradition.
Here comes the Texas Rustlers!
Now they're ready to set the league on fire.
Every team has a bright spot, and with the Rustlers, it's their cheerleaders. Second half coming up. We'll be back right after this.
We're hit! 6-1 is going down. Now, witness.
We're about ready for the second half. The New York Enforcers dominating on the scoreboard, 22-11. The women are on the track, so we're about set to go. Let's send it back down now to Ken and Paul.
Hutchinson out trying to get out for the Rustlers, but once again, the Enforcers fly out. Karen Magnuson in the lead, being followed up by Edie Bowman. Hutchinson better watch herself. Now, great move as she comes in around Spill, and there you see the big elbow from Karen Magnuson. Again, Hawk, the Rustlers unable to do any damage with the physicality of the Enforcers.
Well, the Enforcers are physical enough, and these Rustlers, being their first time here in the World Skating League, have got a lot of stuff working against them, and it's really showing on the scoreboard, Ken.
Smart move, and now I believe it's Taz to Lisa Miller, or rather they call her Tink, laying back, trying to do something against Magnuson. And again, Talisa Miller and Magnuson, as 2 of the Rustlers find themselves over the track. Again, the New York Enforcers just having absolutely no problem with the Rustlers.
Well, Ken, I think we might have to check our record book, but that's the second 10-point jam of the night. That was the first one for the women. The men had one earlier.
I don't think I can argue with that sign. Karen Magnuson has been doing all that. And now Janet Abraham decides to add a little insult to injury. And speaking of insults, Tim Washington is talking to Broadway Danny Wolf.
All right, I have with me Tim Washington. Right now, your Enforcers up by like 20 points. This is...
Yo, punk, I told you, I always want to talk to you eye to eye. Hey, Marco.
Not again.
Yeah, Marco, get out of my face, because we dominate, and I don't need nothing from you.
Let go, D'Amato. Jeez.
Now Laura Lavin breaks out for the Rustlers, but right away, two of the Enforcers. Down goes Lavin, courtesy of Shelley Rossell. Shelley Rossell and Heather Gunnan, the two best jammers of the Enforcer women, now being pursued by Laura Heiser. But I tell you, the wheels are completely come off the Rustlers.
Well, we talk about peace through strength, or the best offense is defense. The Enforcers don't favor a high-scoring game, but they've so dominated physically that they're getting out on these jams unimpeded, scoring points. It's a high-scoring game because of their physical play on defense, Ken.
And Heiser puts one of their Enforcers down, but now she'll deal with Shelley Rossell. I don't really think Rossell scores. She didn't expect her, and Rossell goes over the railing. Heiser coming up at 5'10", 132, all by herself, and she's able to go right by April Tootle as well. A great jam, something we haven't seen, passing Linda Leisure as well. Scores points and takes a page out of the Enforcers book as he sends Shelley Rossell right over the rail.
And Laura Heiser's going to try to win moral victories, as all these Rustlers are, in this really big blowout, Ken. Danny has Laura trackside.
All right, I'm here with Laura Heiser. Maybe the jam of the night so far for the Rustlers, but it's only the third period. I think it's a little too late.
It's never too late to count on the Rustlers. New York's getting dirty, but we're better.
Great jam by Laura Heiser, picking up 2 points, and now Hawk, you only trail by 19.
Well, here, exactly. Boy, but they must feel safe. They got it under 20. But here's a story we're used to, Heather Gunnan being out well ahead of the pack. We haven't seen much of this today. I think that Heather Gunnan and her teammates realize they have to play as a team, and they're doing a great job today.
You see what the Enforcers did there? They put April Tootle, now one of the fastest skaters, in a jammer helmet, but all she does is take down the entire pack. Great job, Gunnan, using her speed, passes the entire pack. Now she's trying to close in. This is Laura Lavin for the Rustlers. She's the lead jammer, and Gunnan suddenly goes by her, goes by the entire pack again, and still 15 seconds left in the jam. This could be the highest scoring jam in WSL. Heather Gunnan has passed the pack twice, and she's still got 7 seconds, but I think even Gunnan has finally run out of speed. But what a jam by Heather the Gun Gunnan. And it was that speed that won her 3 gold medals in the Pan American Games. She also showed her agility, razzle-dazzling. But you got to be kidding me. She may have been too fast. Sean Corbin, he absolutely blew the points on this one.
Well, we know she can talk the talk, and right here she walks the walk, Ken. She can score points. And you may be right. She's so fast and so quick, she probably scored too many points. Good job, Heather Gunnan.
Hawk, I do believe we're going to have to get referee Sean Corbin some glasses. I don't understand how he only came up with 5 points there. Help me out here, bud.
I don't know. Maybe he was looking at Heather Gunnan. She's so cute. He was just baffled by her beauty and lost track of the score. What do I know? I just worked here.
Regardless, it's 37-13 Enforcers. Not that 5 points one way or the other in this game is going to make any difference. But now we see Renee Blevins, the spark plug. In fact, that's her nickname, the spark plug of the Texas Rustlers. But it's going to take a lot more than Blevins to do anything for the Rustlers today. And here comes Linda Leisure flying around the track, trying to catch up to Blevins. The Enforcers, Hawk, almost coasting through this one at this point.
Well, one of the things that I like to highlight here is different skating styles. We talk about the ugliness of the Enforcers. Renee Blevins does not have the smoothest skating style either. You contrast her with Heather Gunnan, and you see beauty and the beast.
Well, it was good enough to go right by Janet Abraham. Now April Tootle again wearing a jammer helmet, but certainly acting far more as a blocker, doing a good job of keeping Blevins from going any further. Nice work again by the Enforcers. Hawk, we talk about their physical play. Sometimes we forget New York, a very smart team.
Well, they're very smart. And on the other side of the coin, these Rustlers are looking for anything to take home for Texas as a moral victory. The Rustler cheerleaders are a moral victory for me, Ken. And Tim Washington's going to have something to say in the last period.
And again now, Shelley Rossell back to block, and April Tootle springs free for the New York Enforcers. Tootle certainly not the fastest skater, 5'7", 150 out of Orlando, Florida, right here, home of Universal Studios. And Janet Abraham doing a good job of containing. And now finally Pam Hutchinson out of Fort Lauderdale breaks free. Hutchinson certainly the faster of the skater, but she's got some track to pick up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ken, I'm thinking maybe the Enforcers remember a few months back when Heather Gunnan was injured. They really had a tough time of it because they really sorely missed her performance. Maybe they want to take some of the weight off her shoulders. They look at the Rustlers as an opportunity to test out some other jammers to get out in front. Looks like it's working for them.
April Tootle doing her imitation of sumo wrestling. It's almost like the Enforcers feel this one's in the bag, and I really can't argue.
Well, Kerry Johnston just got sumoed by April Tootle. These two are about the same size, and they're really going at it physically, Ken. But these wrestlers aren't giving up. They seem to be keeping a positive attitude. There you see him still squawking on the sidelines, Ken.
And now we see Heather Gunnan on the track, an unfamiliar position, wearing a blocker helmet. Again, they're probably trying to arrest her. Breaking free now for the Enforcers as Linda Leisure's been doing a great deal of jamming, being pursued once again by Pam Hutchinson out of Fort Lauderdale. Hutchinson the quicker, but Leisure had such a big jump breaking out of the pack, and you see the rest of the Enforcers just keeping the pack solid as we run out of time. And perhaps mercifully so for the Texas Rustlers, as it's all New York, and now Karen Magnuson goes after Renee Blevins. And now Heather Gunnan tries to get under the skin of the Rustler cheerleaders, but so far the score, New York way too many, Texas way too few.